Okay, guys, I just started. And welcome to the stream. We'll continue from yesterday. Okay, so checkmate in one move. You can't go here, so I have the bishop here. What if I do this first? And then when you go there, if I do here, I'll get eaten. So where can I go? I don't know. You see? Yes, it's not working. This is the first move. Then what? What about this? Ah, okay. First move. So obviously he has to move. Yeah. Um. We need here. I have no idea. Let's see. First, then what? The rook. Okay. By doing this, he will come and then checkmate. I see. But the idea is to bring the knight here. How do I bring it here? I need to. I need the queen to get away from there. And as this one is checkmate, the queen has to interfere. And now I have freedom to come there. Ebonix. What's Ebonix? What is Ebonix? What are you talking about? Okay. Use the bishop to contain the black king. Yes. And now, okay. So there has to be a piece in front. So, mm, I cannot eat this, or you will eat me. I can't go away. So I need to check. What if I do this? He takes, then I do this. Okay. The same thing. Okay. Mm. Mm-hmm. Then what? Okay. I see. Yo, kinda. The idea is to the same idea. Let's go back. The bishop is doing his work here. So all I need to do is for the rook to do this. At first, this one here is a problem. That's why I have to sacrifice the knight and game over. Okay. I think that the bishop and the knight and the queen checkmate is the easiest one. So I'm black. It's blocked right there. What about this first? Mm, I have to use the queen. So what if I do this? Okay, she's not pinned. If I go here, not let me. Really? No, can't take. Okay, I don't know where to go. Next one to checkmate. Okay, it's blocked. Hmm? And two more move. So I can use my phone. Okay. Let's go. So, what the fuck? Bishop to f2. Okay, f2. First, let's do this. Queen to e1 first. No, no, no. Look, queen to e1 is an error. It is this. Queen to h4. Then, I believe, queen to a1. Then, queen to g1. Okay, okay. It's not g1. Um, yeah, it is bishop to g1, and now I have to move the bishops so that it blocks here. Ah, what do I do? Yeah, bishop where? If I move the bishop, he can still move here. The only way to move the bishop, f2. Isn't it the same thing? If I bring it here, it's the same thing. Nah, let's see, let's see. Let's see the last movement. Last movement is queen. Okay, now he can move. Okay, I'm gonna do it again because this one seems confusing. First, bring this here, then you bring it here, I believe, and now bishop, and now you move the bishop here. Queen g1 is not made. It hasn't worked because I believe if I come here, I can still escape to here. So now bring it here, check. Now that our bishop is there, block the path. This is checkmate. I'm doing it one more time. Queen here, then queen here. Yes. After that, bishop will give the check. He moves. I move the bishop out. Now this right here is covered by the bishop, and this is mate. So enemy rook. Okay, so she can't escape. And the knight is going to give the checkmate. Nah, this is checkmate, right? Because he can't move here because of knight. So it's the same principle. Now he can't move here, so if I'm able to check him, checkmate, I can checkmate it in two move, one move. How? If I okay, can move here, so it's not checkmate. With the bishop. Okay, yes, this is checkmate. This is checkmate. Let's go. Then what? Legal mate, the knight move into a position. Check the king. Yes. Damn, what the fuck? So first of all, let's see. Why can he move? Can he come here? He can't come here. Oh, he cannot come here. He can come here. So this is his only place to move. So if I'm able to check it and at the same time protect this will be checkmate. What about this? Yes. Okay. Now, wow. When a rook is next to an enemy, yes, the rook is next. Which rook? So what? The rook is next with the enemy king. I can talk about this. This is a maybe this and supported by queen. Okay, it's this one that also block the king escape. The rook and the queen catch the enemy king in three by tricking box. Okay, first of all, where can he move? He cannot move. So if he can't move, all I have to do is check him. Check and that's it. How will I check him? If I come here, this will still be possible. This is not checkmate, is it? Oh yes, this is checkmate. Cannot move. Okay. Oh my god. So triangle mate is delivered by queen attack on enemy king. Yes, was supported by the rook. So I believe this can't go anywhere. They're just giving us mate after mate after mate. Rook and the knight team up to mate the king on the edge. The rook delivered the mate. Okay, so the rook will deliver the mate. Where is it in one move though? Was supported by third piece. Yes, so you come here because now our king, but the enemy king can move here or here, and he can move on these two right there. So all I have to do is check him, and then that's over. This is mate. Yes, how? How the former? How are you, Komochiba? Okay, checkmate the opponent in 3 moves. Okay, so this is the same idea. So the idea is that we are going to. So now, where can the king move? He can move to these two faces. If I bring if I bring my rook here and I check him, yeah, he can move there. What about this? If I check him like that, 3 moves. I think this is the first move, right? This is not the first move. Maybe this. No, this two is not the first move. What's the idea? The idea is the rook will be supported by. If I move this, you can check me. The rook will be supported by maybe. No, this is not the idea. So I have to check. What if I check this from this on this side? Okay, now it's not protected. Now not only I need to protect it. Now he only has those two squares. If I come here, he can come there, right? And then what? If I bring the rook here, it's checkmate. So let's do it again. Let's do this one again. It's a little bit confusing. Let's do it from the beginning. So the idea is that the rook is going to check. The rook is going to be supported, but with the rook supported by another piece, and with the knight is blocking. Is what the fuck? What is happening? No, this one first. What is it? The first one. So the idea is that the knight is blocking his escape. So all I have to do is check him. That's it with the rook, and the check is a checkmate. So it's the same principle here. We have to apply. So you see, what position? I want to have a position where I don't know. You see this piece right here? That means the piece is going to support the rook. The rook, that means it needs to be here, and the knight needs to be here. So if I go here, and if I go here, but if it comes there, that's checkmate. So if it comes here, believe this is checkmate. So you have to move on this side. You go there, attacking my rook. Now what? Now I'll bring the knight, protecting my king and my rook, and checkmate him. You go back to his place, and this is checkmate. This is not checkmate. How? This is not checkmate. You can't go anywhere. Okay, I put it there. So now it's the same principle in it. So damn it, four pieces. The king can't go anywhere. I bet he cannot go here. Maybe here. The only place he can go to is here. So if you use the same logic, if this rook will be protected by this king, maybe all I need to do is check. If I check, he will come here, and then I'll bring the rook is finished. And then I bring the rook here, checkmate. So let's do everything. Let's do everything again. Then we are going to continue. I don't know how many people are watching the live. I'm going to check on YouTube. Can I look at my own live? Yep, I have one more subscriber. Good. Okay. Hello. How are you doing? Okay, so now let's start from the beginning here. We use he can't move, so all we need to do is to check him. Check. Same process. We need to use this. By doing this, check can't come here, so his content is obliged to come here. So now I can try to checkmate him with this pattern, but the queen is going to protect this here. He can't attack me, can he? Okay, yes. And this, oh, wait, this is checkmate. The same. Okay. Yes, how are you doing? I saw you. Your name is Nah. Nah. How are you doing? Okay, now bishop to contain. Yes, he cannot move. And now all I need to do is check him. If the king cannot move, it's easy. All you have to do is check him. That's it. So it's the same principle here, right? The same thing. His path will be blocked by the bishop. But I think right here, yes, I think the idea would be to bring this here to checkmate. However, if I do this, it's going to take my bishop and it's over. So what if I can sacrifice the knight to open this file, and as he cannot move, he's blocked. This is checkmate. The same game, right? Same principle. So here is the queen. I believe this is a double check. This is double check. It moves. Then the same principle. I have to open this. How do I? No. I think I can open this with by just moving this here. So all I need to do is remove this one. this one. Now this is checkmate. So bishop queen, this is the easiest one. He cannot move down, so he can only move, he cannot move at all, can he? This is checkmate. And for this one, mm, it's the same, right? When he can't move, it's the same thing. I'm using the queen and the bishop. Queen is supported by the bishop, but this one right here is the most, yes, it's a little bit complicated. First you have to move here, you want to bring the bishop somehow, because that's the only way you are going to check. You see, boom, now boom, now you see you cannot move, so this one is checkmate. So but this, for this one right here, for this one right here, can he can't go here. He can't go here. Yes, he can't go here. He can't go here. So this, he cannot move. All I need to do is check him. Check. Boom. Let's go. Um, Trapping the enemy. Yes, the enemy is trapped. Can he move here? He can't move here. So all I need to do is to put the bishop here so that he will protect him, but so that he will attack it. So bishop is guarded by other. Okay, I think that the only way you can go is here. So if I can do here is mate. So for this one again, I believe this right here is checkmate because he cannot come here. So this one, yes, this is the easiest one. This is checkmate. And this is not checkmate. Okay, okay. Okay, so he can't move there, but he can still move. Okay, so this is checkmate. Um, so the rook, yes. This was the last one, I believe. So he cannot move. So all I need to do is check him. If I check him like that, checkmate. He can be the queen. Checkmate. Okay. So here again. It's the same thing. The same principle. All I need to do is have this one is going to support the rook, so the rook can either be here on this tree. I don't think that the king will come here without being checkmated. So I think it's between these two. But first, the knight needs to be somewhere. If I check here, attack the rook, yes, protect the rook. He has to come back, and this right here is checkmate. This is the same principle, right? This is the same principle. This is the same principle. This right here is this guy is trapped. You see, he can't move here. So by doing this, he will have to come out here, and this is, he can't move there. Can he move back? No. Checkmate. So I think we are good. Now let's do the previous one. Well, the next one. This one is 7. Okay, only 7. Uh, uh, okay. Keep your pieces on the opposite color square from the. Okay. So what's the idea of this? So I don't have a bishop. Okay, so let's start with this. Uh, This. What about this? Double attack. Okay. What if I do this? This. How do I check? Oh my god. This one will be hard. Eh? How do I check and at the same time check can go down? Okay, no problem. Check, go up. Damn. Check. This is not going to be easy. I'm telling you. Check. 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 What if I come here? Okay. Yes. Yes. Ah. Ah. You know what? This one right here, I'll need to get some knowledge. I'll need to get some knowledge. So, I'll start from the beginning and then I'll get a hint every time. You know. So, then what? Then I think we bring our. I don't understand what kind of attack is that. When we do this, what is going to do? Blocked by the. Then what? Then I think we need to bring. Okay, the idea is to bring the. Now I think we need to check again. Strong, strong check. Then what? Check. Okay, so this is. This is our. Okay, so now we need to block him the easiest way possible. So first, okay, this is easy. You know, this is easy. It's not okay. So draw. You know what? Okay, I understand now. Okay, first we need to move this. I believe the idea is to like, if I do this, what's going to happen? Yes. What about this? And how can I check him? He's going to go up, isn't it? Isn't it? I can bring. He's going to bring it far away. So he's starting to get away from. So I have no idea how to do this thing. Like, I have no idea. It's difficult. It's difficult. Let's try from the beginning. Oh, so maybe there's a video about it.
Hey guys, in this video I'm going to teach you how to checkmate a king when you have a king and a queen versus a king and a bishop. Check it out. So to checkmate a king with queen and king versus bishop and king, it's very similar to queen and king versus king. You kind of ignore the bishop, and the only difference is you're going to use your king a little bit more. And also you just got to make sure that you don't get your queen taken by the bishop. And then if the king and the bishop ever separate, then you might be able to use a fork to capture the bishop first, and then it's just king, queen versus king. So let's take a look here. And I just set up this position here. We're going to do a couple positions just to show the principles. And I've set up, going to play against Stockfish and the chess engine on its highest level to see if we can. Let me set that up. Okay, so I'm going first here. So
This was this guy.
Hi, this is Kevin Gong, and in this video, I'm going to show how to checkmate with king and queen versus king and bishop. So I'm going to assume that you already know how to checkmate with king and queen versus king. If you don't, then you should go ahead and learn that first. You can check out the video I made earlier about king and queen versus king, or find another resource on the web to learn that. So, assuming you do know how to checkmate king and queen versus king, checkmating with king and queen versus king and bishop is not much more difficult. So if you do find yourself on the losing end of this position where you just have the king and bishop, then one thing you should try to do is, of course, try to keep your king toward the center of the board and keep your bishop near your king. If you do get separated, then it's going to be very easy for the side of the queen to win. So, for example, in this position, the king and the bishop are separated, and white can simply fork the king and bishop like this, and black moves away, and you take the bishop, and from there it's pretty easy. So if you do find that the king and bishop are separated, if you got the queen, then you should look for a way to fork. You may not be able to fork on the very next move, but it may take you 2 or 3 moves, and hopefully you'll be able to fork them. So let's look at another way that white can win pretty easily. If you can attack the bishop with both your king and your queen, then you'll be able to take it as well. So in this position, there's a very straightforward move that white can make to capture the bishop. So one thing you might look at is playing queen h7, because you think, oh, well, the black king can't move up here or here. It has to move to the 8th rank, and then you can take the bishop. But if you do queen h7, then black can just block 6, and then black king after black moves. Then you have 2 pieces attacking the bishop, and you can just take it. And from there, it's pretty easy. So those are a couple of things to watch for as you're attempting to checkmate. Now let's look near the end. So here you've got the black king trapped on the edge of the board, and all you have to do is bring your king close in, and black really can't do anything to stop you. So notice the bishop is protecting the e7 square, but you're still going to be able to checkmate. So say the bishop moves away, then you just go check at d7, king moves over, and then checkmate at f7. So even with the bishop still on the board, you can still checkmate the black king. Alright, so let's try to put this all together. Let's start from this position. So I like to tell my students to basically just almost pretend that the bishop isn't even there. So you know how to checkmate with king and queen. You basically just drive the opposing king onto the edge and then probably into the corner if you need to. So you just do that. Now, one thing that you should probably try to do is keep your pieces on the opposite color of the bishop. That way the bishop can't attack you, and so it'll just make it easier. So those are a couple of things to keep in mind. So let's just start. So there's lots of different ways to do this, but I like to just, in this position I would just go queen a4, cutting off the black king from half of the board. Okay, so you're basically going to drive them up to the 8th rank. Okay, and then you can start bringing your king up. Okay. All right, and black is trying to keep the bishop close to the king, so it doesn't get too far away. So here you can, you could either move your king up, or you can move your queen up to, restrict the king. So in this case, I just decided to move the queen up. And notice that both of my pieces are on dark squares and the bishop is on light square, so it's not going to bother me. Okay. So again, this is a case where I could move the king up or the queen over. In this case, I just move the king over. Okay. So we're making good progress. Again, we can move the king here or move the queen over here. Okay, so move king here. All right.
So it's the same idea.
Now, one thing that the bishop can do, even though it's not on the same color as our pieces, it can block. So you want to watch for that to make sure that the king doesn't escape by going around the bishop. So in this case, I just go queen e5, check, and trapping the king into this box here. Okay, and then again moving down there, making the box smaller. It's restricted to these 8 squares now. Okay, got to move the king in closer now. Okay,
That's the idea.
so black could move over here to h6.
Same idea. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. This here is trapped. He has to move. I don't know what was that though, to be honest. So now remove the king. You want to get closer. Here. Where will you go? What the fuck? He blocked. There's no problem. Still can't move. So, oh, he's blocked. He blocked the path. Okay. Oh, wow, this was difficult. Like, this was difficult. Uh, let's do it again. This is difficult. Damn it. So the idea is the same thing as the other one. All we need to do is just to cut him up. Boom, 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 boom. We just need to cut him up. We have to move eventually. Just need to cut him up.
Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to teach you how to checkmate a king when you have a the show the principles. And I've set up. I'm going to play against Stockfish and the chess engine on its highest level to see if we can. So I'm going to bring my king a little bit closer. Okay. And bishop goes to d7, and I'm just going to play. Actually, I'm just going to play this check. So really restricting the king. You can see just like with queen and king versus king, just cutting off its space here. I'm going to bring my king in here. In the queen and king versus king, without the bishop, I've taught use the queen first, just to make things simple. But here with the bishop on board, it's good to just use the king as well to gain tempo, as well as restricting the king. So I'm going to take a look here and see if there's any way to win this bishop outright. And I don't see any immediate forks that would do the job. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to continue my policy of restricting this king. And here I'm using a check, but you don't have to necessarily. Okay, so here what I can do is actually shift my queen here to lock it off, block it off of the on the 8th rank here, and then I'm just going to bring my king over to try to checkmate him. Okay, here you see he's trying to use his bishop to block and get him over here, and that's actually okay. This particular case, I'm just going to move my king around here. Well, and again, this isn't necessarily the admittedly, maybe I'm not doing this in the most efficient way. So this bishop's pinned. I'm just going to bring my king over. Whenever you have a pin like this, maybe it's better to king. Okay, so now he is put his king back on the last rank here, and I'm just going to bring my king in. Of course, if he moves his bishop, he's going to get checkmated. So he's probably just going to lose. He's just going to lose his bishop here. So here, you just want to make sure you don't stalemate him, and they should be able to do this. But let's go ahead and finish it off. But you just have to treat it like king and queen versus king and queen versus king. Just make sure you don't get your bishop taken. Okay, and here we can just lock the king off. We'll just chase him down so we can checkmate him. Okay, so let's do it one more time. I'm going to switch up the position. And okay, this time I'm going to play as black here. And
If I never could all be great.
I've also set it up so it's a little bit harder. I moved my king and my queen further away, so I need to restrict, use my queen. It's going to take a couple more steps here, but the general idea is the same. Just a quick side note: it is good to practice these patterns with both black and white because your mind will take that into account. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set up my queen here first, just kind of starting to close this box around the king. Okay, so here I can maybe move my queen here, but I'm just going to take a couple moves and bring my king closer to the action. In case he could put his bishop back here as well. But okay, and again, I'm just going to bring my king closer. Okay, and here I can actually win his bishop. I think. No, I can't win it yet. But what I can do here is check him. After he moves his bishop here, make a tempo move with my queen, so that or with my king. Here, let's try this. Well, let's try this. I'm going to move my queen back. So he can move his king, but if he moves it away from his bishop, I'll take his bishop, of course. But here, I can actually get a better position with my king, bringing it in here. So it is a little more difficult than, obviously than if he doesn't have a bishop, but it's still fairly straightforward. There's no chance of him winning. Well, there's no chance of him winning, but there's no chance of him surviving unless you plunder your queen. Okay, so here again, I'm just going to double check to see if there's any forking checks that could win this bishop, and I don't see any. So I'm just going to go ahead and check him here and force him onto the back rank. And just like before, he might try to set up where he kind of scooches out on the other side, but still I'm going to just lock him off here on the back rank. Okay, so that's what he's going to try to do. He's going to try to move his bishop here so he can get to the other side. But I'm going to bring my king in, try to cut him off there. Either way, it's again just a few moves that he's going to be able to make. Okay. The one thing to note here with the bishop, that the one nice thing is that there's less chances of stalemate because as long as you give him a bishop, right here the bishop is pinned. But just by moving this king,
let's go. It's actually scary. So in this position, what can we do? The idea is to block him. If I move the knight here, he can't take me. He can't do anything. So he's blocked. Can't go anywhere. He's blocked. So I can do this. Okay. Still block. Okay. So now, little by little, I'm going to move my king. Yes. Okay. It's not for free, but okay, good. He still can move, so still can move. If I do here, he will go up, so it's a bad idea. Um, well, for this one, I have no idea. Let's start from the beginning. In the beginning, door is working, but doesn't matter. Doing it for short. So, okay, boom. I block his path. Boom. See, boom. We block the path. We're still going. Boom. We're still going. Can't move, so can't move. I think I think it's a bad idea to bring my king to this side. I think right now all I need to do is what's the best move? Yes, go down, go down, boom. Little by little, the king needs to be outside. Now, yeah, he only has two squares. So what's the best move here? Yes, restrict it even more. Only have two squares, and then now what? Still can go there, right? Now he's gonna block. What's the best move here? Checkmate. Okay. Play black queen versus the same idea. All of them the same idea. All these three. I'll master them. The queen, 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 queen. Okay. So boom. Try to restrict. So the king should try to restrict. Boom. Yes. 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 Okay. Now he still have his squares, right? He still has his squares. Okay, let's do it again. Let's do it 3 times. Same principle. Okay, okay, okay. Move with the king first, and then this need to go there. Little by little we bring. Okay, checkmate. Okay, so it's the same idea. I forgot one thing. I forgot one thing. I thought that I could get now it's really difficult to get how do I call it? What is it called again? It's stalemate. So same principle, same principle, same principle. Trying to block it. Same principle. No, no, no. You know, you know, you know, you know. Checkmate. Okay. So I think it's the same thing with this, right? This one will be difficult, but like this one will be difficult because of a knight, and I don't want to get to a position to get fork. If I come here, bet it's a fork. Yes, that's the idea. That's the idea. Avoid the fork. Avoid it getting taken by the knight. This is more difficult. If I come here, it's probably a fork. So, if I come here, it seems like a fork. Damn it. Now that I understand the other one, I need to watch a video on it.
Hi, this is Kevin Gong, and in this video I'm going to show how to checkmate with king and queen versus king and knight. So the first thing you'll notice here is that I don't actually have a queen yet. Basically I want to show the relationship between the king and the knight first, because it's very important that obviously you don't want to get forked, first of all, and you also don't want the side with the knight to just keep checking you forever. So let's just start with this, where the king and the knight are diagonally opposite each other. So in this position, the black knight can check the white king in two different ways. It can go to c3 or f6. Okay, so let's say it goes c3. The next position is where the pieces are opposite each other, just two squares apart. And here the knight can check at d1 and d5. Okay, so let's look at knight d5, check. And then the other close position is where the pieces are right next to each other, and then in this case, the knight can't check the king at all. Okay, so let's say he moves away, and let's look at this position. So here, they're at the corners of a 2x4 box, and the knight can give check at e4 and d7. Okay, so let's say knight, or I think I said d4, I meant e4. Okay, so let's look at this position. Here the pieces are three squares apart on the same line, and there's no way for the knight to check the opposing king. So let's say it moves here. Okay. And here they're diagonally opposite in a 3x4 box, and there's no way for the knight to check the king. Okay, so let's move moves there. So there's many ways to queen and just keep making the box smaller and smaller. And we'll basically just make gradual progress. So we're not going to be able to do it as quickly as if the knight weren't there, but we'll be making slow progress. So to start with, we can move either our queen or our king. So in this case, we're going to move our king up to f2. Now notice right away, if we had moved our king to f1 for some reason, then black could have forked us right away with knight e3, so we didn't want to do that. And we're in this position where we can't get checked by the knight. So if you're black, you basically just want to try to keep your king as close to the center as possible and keep your king and knight close together. As we saw, if you saw the video I made with the king and queen versus king and bishop, if the pieces get separated, then the queen can usually fork the king and the minor piece. So you want to keep the king and the knight close together as much as you can. So in this position, black keeps the king in the center, just moves to e4. So now we can move our queen up, and obviously if black tries to block, we'll just take the knight, so we can't do that. So, okay, he stays in the center, he's at d4 now, and now we've got our box. Okay, it's a big box, it's a 5x7 box that the black king has to stay inside of. And so we'll try to keep that king in there. So, keeping in mind those relationships between the king and the knight, we could move the king up here and be safe knowing that the knight can't check us. Okay. So here black retreats, and now we can bring our queen up to d3, making the box smaller. Now note that if black moves the king to d6, trying to get out of the box, then we can just move our king up to e4. Because the knight is pinned, it can't check us, and we're attacking it with the king and the queen, and we'll just simply take the knight on the next move. So black can't move the king to d6 in this position. So here black will attack our queen, and we simply slide it over, check. Note that we don't have to worry about getting checked here because we're checking the king, and we don't have to worry about the king leaking out of our box because it has to stay next to the knight to protect it. Okay. So king moves to b5 and still inside the box. So now we can move our king in closer. Now be very careful about where you move your king here. If you move to e3, then black could just fork us with knight d5. So we're going to move our king up to e4, where it can't check us, and we don't have to worry about being forked. Okay. So black moves the knight away, and we can move the king again. So again, keep in mind we don't want to get checked, because that'll just delay us. So if we move to d5, then it could check us at b4, or, well, not c7 because we'll just take it, but it could still check us at b4. So we'll move our king over to d4 instead. Okay, so it can't check us, and the king retreats. And so can we make progress here? If we move our king here, let's see, it could check us here. So we'll just make the box smaller and move our queen in. Okay, so the box is smaller now. Knight c7. Now we want to get our king over here basically. Well, so we can't move here, so we'll just go around. And if we move up here, we know that the knight can't check us. Okay. And so we don't want to just go back here because it'll check us again. So we'll go up to e6. And if it does check us, then we just come down to d7, and it can't check us from there. Okay. And since we're threatening to take the knight, it has to move away. And then we can move queen, d6, forcing the king to the edge of the board. Now, in this position, normally if the knight weren't around, we would just move queen, b7, keeping the king on the a file, and then we can move our king in to proceed with a checkmate. But we can't do that because the knight would just go to c5, forking us. So what do we do here? Well, we don't actually have to worry about the king escaping off the a file right now, because if it moves to b4, we'll just take the knight. So we can just start moving our king down. Just move it to d6, and we can't get checked. Now it can attack our queen, but that's fine. We'll just move it down to the b file. That's where we wanted it anyway. And now black is threatening to escape to b3, but that's okay. We can just move here, attacking the knight, and he can't move to b3 now because we'll just take the knight. Notice we can get checked here, but we're not going to get forked, so that's fine.
Alright, this is the most difficult. It's crazy, man. I hate this. Wallahi, from the bottom of my heart, I hate this. I hate this so much. You know what? I'm going to skip it. Going to skip it. Mate in 18. Wow. Wow, this starting to get difficult. This getting way off. Man, let's watch for live language. Tentando kuba kilano, zan mai da shayo da na kai. Ku bar kilano. Ba ɓata wa zai, shayo ne zan san na ƙare. Shayo. This is.
Let's see, Pravian proves that he's a better player than Jan Nepomniachtchi. Pravian shows you guys how to win with king and queen versus king and rook. So you see, Jan needs to go back to Russia and learn some lessons from David Pravian, an amazing Russian player. He's like 2680, 2690. He, unlike Jan Nepomniachtchi, shows how to get it done with king and queen versus king and rook. So big shout out to David Pravian for showing how to win this. Oh, by the way, this could have been the exact same endgame right here. This is the exact endgame that I think Magnus had against Nepo. I think maybe it wasn't this exact setup. I think the queen was on g5, but this was the setup that Nepo had. This was in the game between Nepo and Magnus. This was. Let's see, the
easiest way to checkmate with the rook and a king. First, we bring the rook in.
All right, the next one's called the queen and rook combo mate. So here's an example where we could do.
They're always showing the easiest one.
Do you know how to checkmate with a queen against a rook? In this position, it is white to play and win. Pause the video to solve the problem. Here, white plays not queen c6 because there's rook e7, and if you go here, whoopsies, there's a stalemate. Instead, you need to go queen b5 threatening mate, and after rook e7, king d6, and now we take up that checking spot. Threatening checkmate here, and now it's completely winning. Let's say you play rook.
How to win such positions easily without stalemating your opponent.
Wow.
Greetings, chess fans. My name is Artur Nekšans. I'm the leading Latvian chess grandmaster. And in this episode, we are going to talk about the winning technique, queen versus rook. It's not really that difficult as long as you know the principles. Here we go. So this is the starting position. We call it the Philidor's position, and we're going to talk about the technique, how to win it. But still, I would like to start with a couple of things that you have to avoid. You have to avoid a stalemate. Queen a6 is very tempting, but it runs into first this kind of stalemate. You cannot do it because it's a draw. Then also going the other way, king d6, rook d7 is another kind of stalemate. So make sure you never fall for this.
Wow.
And the third kind of
I'm telling you that this is not easy at all. No, I'm going to skip it for now because damn, this is not easy. I'm telling you, this is not easy. I'll leave it for now. Now let's go to this. What the fuck? Wow. Why is the website like this? Checkmate with knight and bishop. This is something else. I'm telling you, this right here is next level. Those two. What about this one? Those two are next level. I will study them tonight. Let's start from the beginning. If the pawn is in on the second or the third, okay, this is to promote the knight, the pawn. Now I'm going to end the stream now.